Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of The Talk of Fashion with Michaela Zeni. Today's video is going to be about the red carpets of the Oscar, but specifically we're going to talk about the winners, so who win what and what they were wearing, as well as talking about the worst looks of the night. Let's start with Brad Pitt won Best Supporting Actor for the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He was wearing a tuxedo from the Italian menswear brand Brioni because he's the brand ambassador, and as you can see from the picture, he's wearing this tuxedo in black velvet, and then have cuffs and bracelet, and he looks very smart, very appropriate for the night. Nothing special. The length of the shirt is great. There's a tiny bit of length above. You can see on the wrist, you can see the cuffings, as well as the length of the trousers is appropriate for his age as well. He's in his late 50s, so it's appropriate for his look and is appropriate for his age, and definitely for the night. Next one we have Best Costume Designer Jacqueline Durand for Little Women. She is a British costume designer who previously won the same award for Anna Karenina in 2012, and we don't know what she was wearing, so I tried to have a look online, but I really couldn't find anything. So she's kind of wearing this black and white, I don't know if it's like two pieces or is a dress, because it's really not clear from this picture. I assume, so I'm just assuming here, there is a two pieces and it's like this white top with like a straight line neck and this kind of like oversized moment, and then we have a kind of like a pencil skirt, a black pencil skirt with some white stripe kind of giving you a bit of movement. I'm not too keen on it simply because I would have liked to see something a bit more glamorous, although she's a costume designer, so I'm kind of thinking that is quite appropriate considering that she's not an actress. Probably she didn't want to be extra glamorous, or she didn't want to do like the extra mile. She just wanted to be kind of classy and chic and appropriate for the night, but without overdoing anything. Laura Dern, she was wearing a beautiful gown from Armani Privé, and it was this kind of like soft pink dress with this kind of like jeweled black bodies, and she won the award for Best Supporting Actress for Marriage Story. As you can see here, she looks really beautiful. It's very appropriate in my opinion for the night. She looks appropriate for her age as well. She has like those pendant earrings with diamonds. There's nothing here, not necklace or anything, so she kind of keep it clear. This stone and beads moment that goes on the chest, on the front of the dress, she just wanted to have it clear and just leave it there without having anything that goes on top of the kind of shining stone. She just had a very simple, very classy bracelet, a diamond bracelet, diamond ring, nothing. She looks really good. She doesn't look too much, but she looks appropriate, especially for a supporting actress. Is a really appropriate dress in my opinion. Big names of the night, we have Joaquin Phoenix, that won Best Actor for the movie Joker. He was wearing something that he wore several times on the red carpet, which was this tuxedo from Stella McCartney. He decided that it was nice to kind of give this idea, this message of sustainability about what you're wearing on the red carpet, and that, especially for men's, it's, when you usually just wearing a tuxedo, you don't wear anything beside Billy Porter that we're going to talk about later. You don't wear anything else. It's very much just it's very standard what you're going to wear for an award. Yeah, and he was just like, what, I'm gonna wear this multiple times because ultimately it is what it is. It looks good. There's nothing wrong with it. I just look great as I'm supposed to look, so that's it. As we can see here, he's wearing sunglasses. Now, I don't know this because probably was evening in Los Angeles, so because he's not the first person that I saw wearing sunglasses, but in my opinion, I don't know if it's kind of wants to give this like badass moment or what. But if we just want to look at the tuxedo itself, it just looks really good and nice. You know, the length here as well are great, perfect. There's really very much, there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, and that's it. The Oscar for Best Actress went to Renee Zellweger, and I said it first, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, if you watch the movie, you're gonna agree with me. She really deserved to win this Oscar, because this movie is amazing. So if you didn't watch it, go watch it, because just, you know, buy a DVD or whatever, but just watch the movie because it's absolutely great, and she's outstanding. She's absolutely amazing. Anyways, back to the red carpet. She is wearing Armani Privé like Laura Dern, and she's wearing this kind of like white paillette and beads gown with one sleeve only, and the dress is absolutely great. She looks amazing, like amazing. I'm really enjoying this. Her stylist decided to not add much more than what the dress itself is bringing to the red carpet, so she just had this gigantic ring with diamond perhaps. The dress itself is already beautiful and sparkling, and she doesn't really need anything else, to be fair with you guys. So she doesn't need any earrings, she doesn't need any necklace, she just looks outstanding. It's beautifully tailored on her body, she looks snatched. I think this is a great look on her. Absolutely, this is a winner look. And she went for the win, she got it. She got on the stage with this beautiful dress. Bam, see you later. Best director is Bong Joon-ho for Parasite. And I tried to find out what he was wearing, but I couldn't. To be fair with you guys, it looks alright. It doesn't look great, but I think he just really wanted to be low-key. The movie Parasite was nominated for so many awards that probably he was like, I don't want to overdo, I don't want to look like, you know, I'm too confident, because this is the kind of vibe I'm getting from the look. I want to look professional, I want to look put together. I kind of want to give this idea, especially because on the red carpet, you close your jacket, you don't leave it open. And in this picture, you can see that his belly's out. So, you know, it's very much like, I'm chilled and enjoy, and let's see how this is going. I don't want to say he looks clueless, but somehow it kind of gives me a tiny bit of that idea of, you know, I want to be low-key, I want to be a bit underestimated. So this now, I don't know if it's a strategy or what, but it doesn't look great. It looks fine because, again, as we just said, you know, men don't tendentially wear anything more than just a tuxedo. Is it appropriate for an award? Yeah, why not? I mean, overall it is appropriate. Do I like it? Not particularly. Then who do we have? Best Adapted Screenplay, and the winner for Jojo Rabbit, which was Taika Waititi. The New Zealand filmmaker was wearing a Dior suit, and to be fair with you, this is my favorite look of the night for one simple reason. He's wearing a brooch, and I love brooches. Timothée Chalamet was wearing a brooch as well, but he wasn't wearing a tuxedo and he was wearing something else from Prada. Did it look good? It didn't look bad. It was nice, it was interesting, but it gave me very much like, you know, I'm a cool kid vibe, and I kind of don't want to wear what everybody else is wearing because I don't want to look too serious. Yes, but no. Going back to Taika, I really like this suit. First of all, because it's really fitting his body, so they definitely did some good fittings here. You can see the way the jacket is shaped, but as well as the length of the trousers and the shape of the trousers, because you can see that, you know, respect to others, those one that kind of really follow the lines of his legs, and you know, it just looks really well done. The length of the shirt, this one is probably the best one in my opinion, because it's literally like a few millimeters out, which in my opinion is the best. Is when you actually can see it, but you don't have to have, like, you know, the full, I don't know, let's say 3, 4, 5 centimeters where he actually goes out way too long, like Brad Pitt, which is great if you're a certain age, but when you're still kind of young, I think it's a bit cooler when you kind of keep it like this. I'm here to bring an award home, but I'm still gonna keep it classy yet young. And personally speaking, I think this is probably the best look men wore on the awards last night. Now I just want to talk about a few other looks that I think is worth mentioning, starting with Billy Porter in Jill Stacone. Billy, as you saw, he's laying every red carpet, he's trying to, you know, put himself out there as much as possible, get as much as visibility as possible, and sometimes it's great and it pays off, and some other times, in my opinion, it doesn't. This look that he wore on the red carpet with this kind of like gold feather bustier and this gigantic skirt with I don't know what kind of motifs are, griffon probably, you can't really understand the print. It's a very strong aesthetic print, it looks like something baroque or something like that. Anyways, and then he's wearing this kind of like laced up gold, I don't know, is it gold, is it bronze, is it brown? I don't know. No, this is a no to me. I really like Billy Porter. I really like, you know, what he's doing and how he's challenging the red carpet and what men can wear on red carpets and blah blah blah. Everything is great, but from the starting point where he was wearing that jacket with the, you know, kind of ball gown moment, I believe at the Oscar last year, it was nice to see that there was a message behind that, and then from then he started to improve and, you know, kind of create this narrative about his style and what he wants to challenge with his looks and everything else, which I really like and I really stand for that. But I particularly dislike this look because I don't think this kind of like gold bustier, gold feather bustiers particularly goes well with the shoes and neither with this skirt. So to me, it's absolutely no. Then Billie Eilish in Chanel. Okay, I really didn't like this for one reason. She looks like she just, you know, came out of bed. Period. I mean, I understand that she's really swag, really kind of Trump style and everything. Great. If that's your style, good for you. Absolutely no judgment on that. But if I'm just looking at the garment itself, it really doesn't fit her because she went for this oversized idea, which in my opinion is really inappropriate. It doesn't look good on her. It really doesn't. It looks absolutely unflattering. It looks cheap. And you know what's the worst part? It looks fake. If I'm even zooming in the picture, I'm just looking at that and I'm like, was it necessary? That's what I'm questioning, because she was very confused during the award. Well girl, you know what, I'm confused and I think I'm not the only one here by looking at your red carpet look. I'm happy to see that Virgin Viard, who's the creative director of Chanel, is trying to kind of like challenge this idea of who wears Chanel and what Chanel can be in 2020, and I like that. I just think that somehow Chanel is a brand that really doesn't go with streetwear. I like to see where Chanel can be taken and the idea to bring some freshness to the brand. I love that. I just would like to see it elaborated in a different way and perhaps something more suitable for the brand code and not going into this mass idea of streetwear and, you know, kind of swag. Something that really doesn't go with the brand code and doesn't match its essence and its clientele. Janelle Monáe, I don't know how to pronounce her name correctly, so I hope I did it right. She was wearing this costume Ralph Lauren gown. I just don't like her. I really don't. It really looks like she's challenging a space suit costume. I don't know, I just don't want to know it. I just don't like it. It looks extremely unflattering. It looks poorly done. I don't know what kind of material it is. But it just doesn't look good. Her face is flawless, but from the bell down, so the top is, I'm still okay. I'm still kind of like, okay, it's not that ugly. It's just this skirt, the way this gown is constructed with this skirt going down like this, like, you know, like a tent. I just don't like it. I think it's really ugly. It's extremely unflattering. It's really sparkling, so I don't understand if she's challenging an idea of something like, I am the Oscar, you know? It just looks tacky, that's what it looks like. I'm afraid to say that, but it really does look tacky. And I just don't want to spend more time on that. Sandra Ho in Elisa. I don't think this is a great choice for the actress. There is too much going on in this dress, way too much. There is all these organza kind of flowers build up on the sleeves, on the trim of the gown. I don't like it. It's way too much. It's not a nice dress, because sometimes, you know what, less is more. And especially with something like this, it's full of embroidered paillettes that is really unnecessary to have like all these organzas around. Then unfortunately the stylist decided to went over it, and oh my goodness, I just saw that, and she put some this kind of like chain bracelet, like I don't know, 3, 4. Jeez, anything doesn't really work here. I mean, the jewelry are kind of ugly because she has this, not gigantic, but these big circle earrings with diamonds that can be okay just because they recall, you know, the gold and the silver of the dress. But then you go down and you see the bracelet with like this kind of like chain bracelet, and there's like one, I don't know, like 3 or 4. So I'm just like, no, that's it, that's enough. And then there's the ring, which is like this gigantic ring. I'm just over it. I just really don't like her. I'm really not feeling this dress. It puts a lot of weight on her tiny body. I just don't want to see this. Get a new stylist. This is not a nice dress for anyone who wears that, period. It's an ugly dress. And the accessories on top of that makes everything uglier. So this is a big no. Then we should talk about Natalie Portman, because the actress was wearing this Dior cape and gown. So I've never expressed my opinion on Dior, and to be fair with you, the latest show was kind of gross. But if we just look at this look specifically, it just looks amazing. She looks great. There is really nothing I can say about this. She looks outstanding, and the jewelries as well. Again, nothing much, just an earring and a ring. That's it. There's nothing else. And she looks great. She really does. And on top of that, she has all these surnames of female director that didn't make the cut for the Oscars this year. It's really interesting, in my opinion, to see how she's wearing Dior, and you know, this kind of idea of feminism that goes with the brand at the moment, and with the designer Maria Grazia. And I really like to see how every single person that was wearing Dior at the Oscar looked amazing. Despite the collection, that when we saw it, we're like, literally, I didn't hear anybody talking in a positive way about the latest haute couture show from Dior. But if we just look at these looks on the red carpet, you cannot really say anything. Just looking at those, I'm very astonished. And I'm really pleased to see that, because they all looked amazing, especially Natalie Portman. Now we talk about Saoirse Ronan, and she was wearing this Gucci gown that I don't particularly like. She was wearing these kind of V-neck bodies and some black satin ruffles on her belly, and then underneath we had this, I don't even know what material it is, but it's definitely not silk. This kind of like, you know, indigo skirt. Now, I don't particularly live for this look, although we have to say that for this dress, they used some leftovers from the dress she wore the week before at the BAFTAs. So that's an interesting take on this dress, because, you know, there was this kind of idea of sustainability that we also saw previously with Joaquin, and this kind of like idea of, you know, kind of recycled materials or recycled garment. Having said that, I don't particularly like this dress, simply because I think the colors of it don't really match each other, and it just looks a bit all over the place because there's no really cohesiveness with the material, with the lines, and with the overlook. So it very much looks like I wanted to give you something more, but I kinda didn't know what. And I don't really like that. So to me is a no. I just want to talk quickly about Kristen Wiig, because the SNL star slayed the red carpet, and also when she went to introduce Best Costume Design on the stage, she was wearing this haute couture Valentino gown, this red amazing haute couture gown, and these black long sleeves leather gloves. She looks outstanding. She is probably one of the best dressed of the night. She looks amazing. She's snatched for the gods. She looks fantastic. Let me just say that. And extremely appropriate. She looks really, really, really well put together. Whoever styled this, congratulations. Well, you didn't really do much, to be fair, because it's just taking the look from the runway, put it on her. But still, even the earrings are really well thought out. This kind of like Art Deco vibe, and then this sleeked hair. It just looks amazing. I really like it, and this is definitely the best dressed of the night in my opinion. That's all for today, folks, and thank you very much for watching this video. But remember to subscribe to the channel in order to see upcoming videos every week. And I guess I'll see you soon here at Talk of Fashion. Bye!